So today let's talk about the serve, one of the most important shots in the game. And let's take it with progressions. Let's start with the grip, the position of the body, and how we rotate our body, how we throw the racket to the ball. Let's take it step by step. We're gonna try to break it down and make it easy for you to understand. First things first, how do we hold the racket? Very simple. We use a continental grip, which we place our index finger on the second bevel of the grip. So if we count the bevels from the top frame of the frame down to your right, it's going to count 8 bevels. So on the second bevel, we're going to do the placement of the knuckle, the inside of the knuckle of the index finger, which we call it's a pressure point. And what that does, when you're hitting the ball, it transfers more energy because you're using that pressure point to put the contact on the ball. Now, very important that when you grip the racket, you always want to try to keep the racket loose in your hand. So if you're gripping the racket like a fist, okay, like this, the way I'm holding, this is a fist. So if I take my hand out, my hand is like this. You're kind of choking on the racket. You're not allowing the racket to be loose, to work for you. We want the racket to work. The racket itself, when we throw the racket to the ball, the energy that the racket produces on that whip, it will provide a lot of power. Now, if we don't whip it, if we don't loosen up on that throw, and then we are enabling it to make that transfer, to make that whip effect on the ball. So when you hold the racket, think about a claw. Okay, see my hand? So if I hold the racket like this, it's like I'm using a claw. Okay, if I hold it like this, and then I'm using a fist, this will make your hand and your wrist more loose. Okay, try to loosen up that grip, and that will make your serve much easier, less effort for your arm. Let's start with a grip, continental grip. Placing the index finger, the inside of the knuckle on your index finger on the second bevel. Okay, I'm gonna show you like this. My hand will form like a V shape here. It's right in the middle of this first bevel. Okay, if I put my finger there, it's basically there, a little bit more to the left, but it's right there. Okay, now how do we get to beginners to break down the serve and progress? Easy. One of the most important things you need to realize is you could have a great form to hit the ball on the serve, but if you don't toss the ball right, you're not going to be able to maximize your serve. You're not going to be able to be accurate hitting the serve because you're either moving to hit the ball, you're reaching to hit the ball, you're off balance to hit the ball, you're making contact on the wrong side to hit the ball, and that affects how good your serve will be. So let's break it down. First exercise I want you to do is very simple. With this same grip, imagine you're pointing the butt cap to the ball. Okay, so, or to the net, that way, to the net. Now, we're gonna use a very small, we don't wanna go too high with the toss because we wanna keep it short, so we're just understanding how our arm turns to make contact with the ball. So if I'm hitting the ball to you, the racket's facing with the butt cap towards the net, and as I'm going up with the arm, my hand turns, okay? There we go. Here, turn. That's your first exercise. Just making contact on an easy toss. Don't go too high because you're also practicing your accuracy on the toss. Making sure that when you toss, keep the ball on the fingertips. When you're tossing, see the arm go straight up. You don't want to bend your elbow. You don't want your wrist to move because it will affect the trajectory of the ball. Okay? You want to have a toss that you can kind of catch the ball where you release the ball from your hand. So you got, if I toss it and I catch it, that means my toss is most likely accurate. Okay? Now, when do we release the ball? We should be releasing the ball at our eye level. Okay? The hand goes up. When the hand reaches your eye level, you open up the hand, let the ball come out of your hand. But after this, your arm still follows through. Okay? So arm comes out, but you're still following through. Okay, arm goes up, release, follow through. Very important that you keep that arm extended because you're not only gonna use a bow arrow effect on your body because you're stretching this part of your body, it coils a little bit, okay? It's gonna be generating more force towards the ball. But also, you don't wanna drop this arm because if you drop the arm early, you won't synchronize your swing. Most common error on that is when you toss, you drop the arm, the racket goes down. Now you're hitting the ball to the net most of the time. Okay? So let's start by just doing some exercises. Starting halfway. Okay, racket here, toss, turn. Okay? When you turn, just think about hitting the ball right now. Don't think about doing anything else. Just hitting, making contact on the ball. Keeping that toss always in the right spot. On up and throw. Okay? Here. Okay? As you can see, I'm starting to do this, and then I'm gonna do this. Okay? I'm gonna go from this, where we started here, making contact. Now I'm gonna start like this. So that will be the next progression. Start here, okay? Tossing arm from your thigh all the way up, and then go into this position, and then release the forearm, okay? Watch again, here. Release it. Release it. Release it, and always keeping your arm nice and loose. You don't want to be muscling the arm. You want to be rotating your body. Okay? This is a kinetic change that we want to release by rotating from the bottom up. So start from the legs, generating the rotation, hips, and then ends up on the arm. Okay? So once we get those two steps in, so this step, now we're gonna do the whole action on the serve. So we're gonna start by keeping your arms together on the racket, Just gonna use one ball. Both hands on the racket. Dropping. Now, when you drop, I want you to pay attention to this. Watch my hand when I drop. I relax. Right? Watch. Relax. The racket is loose here. I want it to be loose. So, drop, relax. And as I'm going up, it's the elbow that comes up. We don't want the hand to come up. We want the elbow to come up. Toss. How it drops behind because I turn. Okay? This action. I turn and then I finish. So now we're gonna start ready position. Always want to keep your, if you're a righty, keep your left foot slightly in front of your left foot in front of your right foot. So if you're a righty, keep your left foot slightly in front, like I'm pointing my arm towards the pole, or the doubles pole on the net. Okay. So let's start from here. And we start with our weight on the front leg, and when we go back with the arm, our weight, we feel the weight going back to the right foot, to the back leg. That's like a rocking chair. You start in front, then you go back. Front, and you go back. You feel the weight on your body going back. Now, when we toss, our body weight goes forward. Okay, so that's how we balance. We use the balance of the body to hit the ball with a little more power. Generating a good balance. Starting up, drop, relaxing the hand here, and elbow up, and you toss, same time. Okay, here we go. Relax it, elbow up, rotate forward. Keep the balance going into your contact point. Relax it, elbow up, back it in front, drop, elbow up, okay, again, in front, drop it, relax the hand here, elbow up, and hit. Alright? So, these are the basic steps that we need to try to get involved, all these leverages on our body. And one big tip, one big advice I can give you is when you're going through all these stages, just do it slowly. Start here, okay? First stage, slowly. Second stage, start here, toss. Third stage. And there you go. Start practicing that serve, and that's gonna make you win points.